Galnet News, your galaxy in focus, 20th of January, 3301. In today's news, peace between the Achenar Syndicate and the Goon Fleet. Ashling Duval reaffirms their objection to the Emperor's marriage. Senator Petraeus on the Emperor's Coma. The Julos system sees a massive swing for independence. And traders object to the menace of illegal racing as BuckyBall 6 is underway. Our top story today. A peace deal has been struck between the Achenar Syndicate and the Goon Fleet. Talks were held between key members of both factions in the early hours of this morning UTC. The Achenar Syndicate came to blows with the Goon Fleet recently, who reside in the Jotunheim system, after a kill order was issued on Commander Glyphgriff. The Achenar Syndicate, who are based in LTT 9810, along with the Imperial Security Service and a number of more loosely affiliated organizations, fall under the banner of the Emperor's Grace, an Imperial faction. The Goon Fleet is more loosely tied to the Empire but has fought alongside the Empire in a number of wars, including a conflict in the Jotunheim system where they are backing the Jotunheim clan against the Gold Company. It emerged that the kill order was issued by Commander Vesavis Sidhu, and he further ordered his members into the LTT 700 system. Sidhu then attempted to interdict and destroy Commander Space Texas, but was unsuccessful, and harsh words were directed at Space Texas on his escape. Commander Sidhu issued a formal apology to Goon Fleet and Commander Glyphgriff in particular, stating, "I thought I was right and you were wrong." He also issued a personal apology to Commander Space Texas, saying, "It was not right for one human being to do that to another human being." Both apologies were accepted by the Goon Fleet, and Commander Space Texas offered a friendly duel with Commander Sidhu to patch up relations. Neither the Emperor's Grace nor Goon Fleet wants a negative public image as a result of the hostilities. Commander Shadowgar, who is the spokesperson for the Emperor's Grace, raised concerns that he suspects Goon Fleet spies could have been infiltrating private Emperor's Grace communications, but Commander Lefroig, speaking for the Goon Fleet, assured him that this was not the case. Commander Shadowgar appealed for privacy all round. The terms of the eventual peace treaty include an immediate cessation of all hostilities between the two organizations. Both the Achenar Syndicate and the Goon Fleet will pull out of the LTT 700 system. The Achenar Syndicate will, if paid the right price, assist in the Goon Fleet's support for the Jotunheim clan's conflict against the Gold Company in Jotunheim. Terms of this deal were not made public. The notion that the Achenar Syndicate will withdraw from the LTT 9810 system was rejected by those present, and the Syndicate will therefore remain in LTT 9810. There was also a proposed change of personnel, which would have seen Commander Echo move over to the Goon Fleet and Commander Space Texas move over to the Achenar Syndicate. This proposal was rejected by both organizations. Galnet News spoke with key figures in both organizations after the talks were complete. I'm joined here by the leaders of both Emperor's Grace and the Achenar Syndicate, and that's Shadowgar, Vesavis Sidhu, and Black Arrow. Now, I understand that there were some hostilities between your people and the organisation known as Goon Fleet, but on the basis of these peace talks, do you feel that they're adequately resolved?
Yes, I do. I feel like we have come to a nice solution for both of our communities.
Obviously the hostilities are going to be coming to an end now, which is obviously good news for both parties, but do you feel like you've had to make too many concessions, or are you happy with the terms that have been agreed?
I think we are fine with all the agreements made.
Now, you were asked to withdraw from the LTT 9810 system, but that wasn't part of the deal.
We managed to stay there. The Capitukane and LTT 700 was an area that we were taking a brief operation in to support the Emperor's Grace faction there, but we have now pulled out of there even before the talks occurred, the peace talks occurred.
With more and more commanders entering Imperial space all the time, some of them will be hostile to you guys, and some of them will be more peaceful. Is it a concern that an incident like this might happen again, even though it might be with another organization?
That's the whole point of Emperor's Grace, is to try to bring a lot of the people in the Empire together. Unfortunately, this war that occurred was something that got a little too out of control, but I know Emperor's Grace will continue to work towards trying to not make any kind of hostilities and get a lot of the smaller elements together. But regardless of what any of us do, we can't stop everything. And this is going to be a learning lesson for this group, Achenar Syndicate and Emperor's Grace, and a lot of the community out there that's viewing things right now.
Commanders Black Arrow, Sidhu, and Shadowgar, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commander Lefroig, the peace talks have now concluded, and what's Goon Fleet's stance on the outcome? Are you pleased with the result?
Well, I'm not displeased, certainly. I think there's really no hard feelings. We're all professionals here. I think that it went relatively well. There were no gunshots fired, which is always a plus in most of the meetings I attend.
During the talks, you did admit that the Goon Fleet is not officially aligned with the Empire. Do you feel that it would fit in better in the current system if it were aligned with the Empire, or is that not part of your agenda?
Well, we're not disaligned with the Empire either. I don't think we're... I don't want to say that we are anti-Empire, and we're not like affiliated with the Empire. I think we're probably pro-Empire, I'd say, as a whole. We're like the old ancient nation of Switzerland, I guess. We're neutral and we keep everybody's money.
And did it disappoint you that the peace talks didn't include an agreement for the Achenar Syndicate to help you out in the Jotunheim system?
Well, it wasn't a matter of that. It was a matter of payment, actually.
So, right, so they will help you, but only for the right price?
Well, that's the idea of a bounty hunter, yes.
Can you discuss what type of price has been offered?
Well, there's a couple of options we've been talking about. We were talking about possibly an exchange of heavy metals, perhaps, to facilitate better relations between our two peoples.
So, do you think it's realistic that the Goon Fleet will be able to help out the Jotunheim clan in their conquest of the system?
We're certainly hoping so. It's an experiment in trying to drive out the corporate influence in our beloved Jotunheim system. And
is there anything in particular you would have liked to obtain from this particular peace treaty that was not successful?
Well, the whole thing came about because of a misunderstanding, trying to influence local system politics. So, I think we're kind of reset the whole thing. We're back at square one, and now we can try to see if we can work in a mutual cooperation.
Commander Lefroig, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you, Gal.
In the Empire, Aisling Duval has reaffirmed her objections to the Imperial wedding. Over to Caradres McCall for more.
Aisling Duval, once forced to be second in line to the throne, has objected to the finding of the marriage council that her objection had no merit. She has said in a leaked private chat, "The rotten marriage council is made up of my grandfather's cronies. How can they block my objection now it is clear he is in coma? Marriage is about love." The ruling of the marriage council was apparently made before the announcement of the coma, and under Imperial rules, an objection cannot be lodged more than once by the same person. Caradres McCall, Galnet News.
In the Empire today, Senator Petraeus brought up the Emperor's coma and queried what it might mean for the succession. In the first Senate session in the new year since the public holidays, Senator Denton Petraeus, Senator for Eatenses, has asked the burning question of the Senate. He directed it at the Chancellor, Anders Blaine. He said, "It saddened us to hear that His Grace Emperor Hengist has fallen into a coma, but we need to think for the future of our beloved Empire. How long will His Grace be in a coma before we trigger the succession? This has not happened in over 1,000 years, and it is for us to decide. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. We need a strong leader, and we should set a date in the near future when we review the situation." There was a frisson of mumbling in the Senate after his comments and a general consensus to review the situation at the next session. Some news from the Julos system now, where it's seen a massive swing for independence. Commentators from the Julos system are reporting a massive swing in the popularity of the Julos Defense Party, who recently announced that they would seek to withdraw the system from the Federation. A spokesman for the party said, "Following on from our success with the economy for the markets under our control, this additional boost just reinforces that our vision for the future of our system is the correct one." An official statement from President Halsey's office has not been forthcoming, and this news can only increase the political turmoil her presidency has become embroiled in. The systems of both Julos and Sana have been involved in a pitch for their own independence from Federation rule in the past weeks, with mixed results that have seen much success in the Julos system, but a much harder struggle in Sana. Some news from the Federation now. Traders operating in several systems have called on the authorities to clamp down on increasing levels of illegal racing. A representative said, "These speeding ships are a menace. They perform dangerous maneuvers at ridiculous speeds, and that puts honest traders like us in danger." Official comment has not been forthcoming, and one such racer posted anonymously on social media stating, "The BuckyBall race is the best thing ever, and I'd like to see one of the system authority Vipers try and keep up with us." The BuckyBall Braben Star to Shining Star Memorial Trophy Dash, widely known simply as the BuckyBall Run, is an unofficial, unsanctioned spaceship race run from Xiaoguan Hub in Majek to the Vonneberg Cooperative in the Word system, intended both as a celebration of the Federation Interstellar Star Route system and a protest against strict traffic laws coming into effect at the time. The series, which has now reached its 6th event, is in full swing, and features multiple classes for different ship types. The current event will close at midnight UTC at the end of the 25th of January 3301. And that's the Galnet news for today. Tune in next time to keep your galaxy in focus.